Welcome back to episode 4 of Factorio. And I've made a few changes between the episodes, so you may notice that. If we head down here, you'll see I've now got 14 boilers. That's just in preparation for adding more steam engines, and you may find that there's some of these lakes missing. That is landfill. So if we look at that, it's down here if you've got the landfill mod installed. If not, you won't be able to do that, so you may have to work around things. You'll also see I've changed my design for the smeltery again. This design is a more flexible one. It is usually accredited to a guy called Arumba. That's not the Roomba thing that's running around your living room, but oh, there we go again, automation 2. But Arumba. And the only real difference is that if you have a look here, you'll see there is these little tracks. So everything's pushed one further out, and we've got mixed belts on both of them now. And that's purely because when we upgrade these later, they actually take up one extra room wide and one extra room deep. So you'll see there's a gap here in between every one of them. And there is this here, which will be replaced. And then we'll have to move this to here. And that's the only thing we'll need to replace when we upgrade these later. No need to worry about it for now. And you'll see just we've got belts being made there if I need them. And I've just limited it. I think it's 200. Yeah, 200 belts. Okay, so we've now got 4 lanes of iron and 4 lanes of copper. I've not balanced them again yet. I'm not doing that just yet. But today is going to be about science. Or rather, getting rid of this. This kind of works, you know. It does, but not very fast. And there are certain things I'm going to want. So, heavy armor. I need steel plate, though. But let's just start that researching. You see, the whole thing still works. We've got plenty of copper plates going on. And how much do I have? Lots and lots. But let's stop that. Let's pick the whole thing up. And let's look at replacing it. I didn't need to, but yeah, we'll just leave that there. And let's get rid of all of this. That is just some copper. That's just some plate on the ground. Fine. So what we're going to do is replace this with something better. So we need to make science packs. In fact, I could move those down here somewhere. I'm going to do eventually. We're going to need 2 varieties. We're going to need... you see a lot of this research now needs both science pack 1s and science pack 2s, or red and green science packs, as pretty much everyone calls them. So, yeah... To make red and green science packs, we're going to need a copper plate and an iron gear wheel for red. And we're going to need inserters and transport belts automated for green. Let's start with red. Red's easier. Right, so copper plate and iron gear wheel. So if we start making, you're going to need a fair amount of area for this. So let's just pop down some assembly machines. In fact, I think I need this second version of them. We'll see in a second. Let's just put them here for now. I did mention in the previous episode, I think, you don't need them for Science Pack 1s. Science Pack 2s you may do. Iron Gear will. No, we definitely need them for Science Pack 1s, but we may well use them anyway. They're faster overall. Inserters and transport belts. Inserters, yeah, that'll need blue ones, and transport belts won't. Fine. Let's make a few then. Yeah, we'll use those later, and let's start putting down what we want for this. So we're going to need to put down some transport belts. What I'm probably going to do is run maybe here. Oops. And further down. I have this first machine producing the gears. So all that needs is iron plate, and we have iron plate available. We can just put a splitter and just run some plates off that. And I'll rearrange this later. We're also going to need some copper plate going into here, so we're going to need to pull off something of that. So let's just go and get some more of these. We're going to need lots more. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. I should just control clicked on that in general. Fine. So lots of belts. Yeah, may as well run these. I don't think there's any way to click and drag these just to place all of them, but this should do fine for now. It's just a good idea that when you place these belts to keep placing them ahead of where you're splitting things off, just so you're not tempted to build this way. We don't want to basically take up the room we need. And then we're going to let's put a few more down here for these. We're going to need to bring in copper plate for both of these, I think. Let's check that recipe again. Yeah, copper plate for... you aren't going to need copper plate. All of you are. So, yeah, let's... Again, make a splitter. That's not a splitter. That's a splitter. And we're going to split off from here. Let's do this backwards. It's always a better idea. Yeah, and if we go underground here. It's always a challenge making things around these belts. Excuse me. Hoping I'm not coming down with a cold again. That was terrible. There we go. And our splitter here. Oh, I have to remove a belt. Fine. So we've got plate. And that should come through, which it is. And then we're just going to need more assembly machines. So in this case, I'm just going to grab some more. In fact, I'm just going to use the second ones for all of this. So one thing to note before here, just let's go back here. The labs. Let's just take a look at the labs. And what I want to look at is... Yeah, okay, so it's going to take 5 seconds to produce a science pack. It's going to take 6 seconds to produce a science pack 2, but I want to keep those even. I want to keep them at the same rate, because when we actually make a lab, when we use a recipe, let's look at the recipes. Let's look at recipes for something like this. So these are going to need 1 each, basically, for 15 seconds. So when we produce these, we want to keep the production of these things to even. And the best way to do that is to multiply up. So if we start with our, where did my assembly machines go? Back on my toolbar. If we have 1 produced every 5 seconds, then I can produce 5 without that there. I'm going to need to move that in a second. Everything else is going to go offline now for 5, and then I can bring things up to being produced 1 a second, which is fine. And I need power poles. That is annoying. I'll move those later. So in case of all of these, we can just click on red science. I think there's a way to copy and paste these down. Yeah, so if you shift right click on a machine, you can just shift left click on all the other assembly machines and it'll have the same recipe. And then we're just going to need to feed in some stuff onto this and then feed the output belts. Do I have... Yeah, I do have belts. It just wasn't going onto my inventory. Let's go here. In fact, I need the last one. And then we just feed stuff in. Where is my inserters? That, and then we're just going to need power. So there's going to be 2 for this one. Yeah, do I want to pull the other stuff off the belt? That's an interesting question. How am I going to output these? I think onto a dedicated belt. So let's take this off for a second. Do I want long-handled? Alright, let's just start like this for a second. No, it's fine. We can use the same... Yeah, no. No, I have already built this in. Never mind. That's just my my brain going off on one. There we go. And then we can just feed in the belt. So... Yet again, I've got the this in the wrong place. There we go. Right. So now we're actually going to need a line of power poles. Probably, let's just put them like this. More power poles, please. Short of wood again, but that's nothing new. And over here, and I will make the placing of these a lot better off camera. I do like them to be all nice and neat when we're producing. And so then I just want to complete my inserters, so I'm going to need a few more. And it shouldn't matter about the placement on this side. We're just... there we go. Need one more. So here, iron gears are coming through. That is slightly annoying. Wait a second. No, I've done that wrong. No! No, stop. In fact, no, I've not. Oh, that's fine. I just need to make sure I pull the... Let me think about that. No, yeah, it is fine. I'll just put them onto a belt the other side. Yes, the purists among you may well be saying, oh, what are you doing? But it's fine. We'll have them going this way. And yes, if I change them, I will let you know next episode, so don't worry about that. And now we've got everything. So the belts are coming in, and we're going to need to be able to pull stuff in from this side. So let me just get a switch to those and grab you. Well, you can just overwrite them. You don't have to do anything special. And there we go. Let's just press Alt again. Alt's one of my recording hotkeys. And you need to output onto the belt. So then this should just grab them as they need them. There we go. And any excess will just run down to the bottom. But at the moment, they're all going to get bound up because we don't have any long-handed... Oh yeah, I do have plenty of long-handed, but I haven't inserted them. So if we go this way... helps if I'm not standing in where I need to put the long-handed. There we go. So we've got red science packs. And we can pull those straight into... let's put that back. We can pull them straight into a set of labs that we're going to build down here. In fact, let me just use that landfill if I've got any stone. I don't have any stone. Why not? Let's head over here. And the brick manufactory is out of... Huh. Okay, everything's full. And now I've got plenty of stone, so let's build some landfills. And where are they in my inventory? Player's inventory full, fine. Where are my landfills? Am I blind? Oh, they're on my hotbar. Never mind. We're going to want maybe to get rid of these. Probably these as well. Yeah. So then if we look at putting labs back in, I'm going to have belts running this way. We're also going to need a second belt. That's for later, so I may just want the space allocating. On the other side, we're going to... yeah. Okay, we're just going to put labs in place. I could either start with 10, start with 20. May as well start with 20. I know that sounds like a lot, but it won't be. It will just allow us to get through the research as fast as possible. And where have my labs gone? Oh, they're still being made. Okay, that's going to take a while. So if we have the red on here, we're going to want to bring the green onto here as well. And that's where I may redo things between the episodes. So let me just go and think about the best way to do that one. Okay, so I've rearranged things a little bit. Excuse me. I was intended to take my belts this way anyway, but it was a good point for me to actually plan them out. So the copper is going this way, so is the iron. If we zoom out, or rather if I go to the map, you'll see there's almost like this ocean-like lake to the bottom left of us. So I don't want to continue down with these belts because they'll just hit that and then I'll be forever making landfill stuff. So instead I have just done a quick change so that these I could get the long handles to pull the copper from over and then just not have this dog leg. I may do that between the episodes, but shifted the sides of the belt, and this is how you do it easily. So they're now on the left hand side, which means I can just bring in a belt from over here and have it join to just basically abut this to drop the green onto the right hand side. And you'll see now that these are happily labbing away, experimenting away, and armor crafting 2 is nearly done. We've got more than enough red to cope with that. We may not have to do the full 20. That's something I've not looked into the exact rate that they're going to use them, so I will have to modify up if that's not fast enough. Let's have a look what we've got still left that is red only. Probably not very much. Bullet damage, bullet shooting speed, shotgun shell damage, shotgun shell shooting speed. I think I'm going to go for the shotguns. Oh, I didn't actually show you me firing the shotgun. I should probably do that. Yeah. There you go. We can take down trees if we want to. We will come back onto that when I first see the biters, the aliens that we're stranded on this planet with. So I should also probably put in some long-handed inserters, and you will just see what the rate is like for these. Let's put them in place. We're going to grab them from there. And yes, I know there's no power to them. And this is similar to the first smeltery design, in fact, that we had originally for the iron. So we know it works. So there's no real problems there. And let's just take the power poles out and put them... in fact, yeah, put them where these are, just so that we've got... Yeah, they will do. I'm probably going to put some lights in as well, so may as well do that. Take that out. And do we need that one in the middle now? No. Great. So now they're all producing away, and you'll see at the top right, it's pretty fast. That is quite a lot of speed that we've got going there now. Well, let's see how much consumption. Yeah, I was expecting us to get close to this episode. You'll see we got problems now with power when they're all running. In fact, let's just make some lights while we're at it. So we're going to need more steam engines, and the quickest way to do that is again with our landfill. Do I have any left? Probably. I have 8 left. That may be enough. Let's see. Probably not. Because I'm going to need the power poles. Yeah, I can put an extra one in. Let's see what steam engine... Let's just grab an extra one. And then we will drop that in just temporarily, and I will probably make a better... Well, more landfills again between the episodes. Let's just grab power pole, put you in place, and there we go. So that shouldn't be... Yeah, production, we're fine. Except for a place to walk easily. Where's my lights? Yeah, let's just grab those. And do the same thing with the science labs, so the build is sort of complete. So we just put them next to the power poles. That should bring light to the subject and get us going. There we go. So what's going to eventually happen here with these? These are now going to be static. We're going to need to bring green onto this belt. Well, it doesn't really matter which belt, I suppose, but green onto this belt, and then blue onto here and purple eventually. So we're going to be shipping stuff back this way, which again is fine. I'm not going to be doing too much more of that this episode. Not the blue and belt stuff anyway. Where's my stone? Ah, there it is. Oh, okay. Give me all the stone you've got. That's... I may shouldn't have said that. We're gonna have... Oh, there's a bigger landfill, I suppose, but I'll just use the smaller ones for now. And it's instant crafting as well, so I have lots of them available. So we're gonna need to do... let's just grab some of that. We're going to need to do green science next, and that's going to need electronic circuits, I think. What is it? Inserters and transport belts. And, okay, inserters will need electronic circuits. Transport belts should not. Yeah, they're just simple. So what we're probably going to do is move this setup from up here, which is making transport belts, and move them down here somewhere. And then we're going to need to make circuits as well. So I reworked everything again. It happens, I just didn't do it on camera just to save a bit of time. I've basically cut off all of the setup up here. I've decided to put it alongside the labs rather than above them. And I think I've got the routing a little bit better now. I've got mixed belts for the input, which is fine. Just turn it alt again so you can see. Mixed belts for the input. These produces iron gears and puts it onto the far side, and the near side is consumed by copper plates, which is coming from this tap up here. And then we've got iron just being dropped locally with these underground. These underground things are amazing. And then once the science packs are made, in fact, let me just actually make sure I have, let's just get rid of that for a second, copied and pasted this setup, otherwise it won't work. I'm able to replace these with the advanced ones once I've ripped them out of the ground up there. You can just drop them over the top and it'll upgrade in place. You don't have to do anything special for those. And you'll see these are dropping the red on the far side, but because I'm routing it down and up and back into the science labs, they're coming up on the near side, which is, it shouldn't matter for these, to be honest. Oh, there we go, more research, and I probably have nothing left with that green. Oh no, bullet damage, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so all I'll need to make sure of is that when I insert my green side of things, they are inserted on the other side, which is fine, because I'll need to just build them here then. I think that will just work out fine. So if I just put, let's say I wanted green, am I going to have space? I'm going to need to input belts, and I'm going to need to insert green. Oh, I mean, I have space here. I'm going to put one. Yeah, I don't have space. So I'm going to have to put the first green one down here, and then I want belts and iron gears here, which we can make. Hopefully from the same tap, I think. And then I'm going to need to produce 5. So let's just make some more of these machines. And I'm out of everything, but holding an F, that's really easy to refill. How many of those can I make now? 9. Okay, so let's make, I want 5 more, 6, 7. Okay, let's just make 7 while we're talking. And do I have enough inserters for that matter? I'm going to need another set of those. Let's wait till those are done. Then I'm done, and I've assigned them. There's nothing being produced yet, but we've got them assigned. A bit of work around here. I couldn't think of any better ways to do this and fit this in this nice space. You know, to get the plate in here to make the belts, we also need the iron gears, but the plate, I've had to put this into a box and pull them in that way. But it seems to work fine. Let me know what you think. If you can think of a way of doing it better in this space, feel free. So, from here, we're going to have to produce the other side of things. Electronic circuits. Now, the eventual output of this is going to have to be here at the top of the line. So let's put that in place first and we'll work backwards from there. So, whoops, wrong thing. Yes, you. So we're going to have here, we're going to produce is it inserters? Inserters. So I can't produce that one. This one, I need one of these blue ones. Fine. We've got enough. There we go. Will you work now? Now we want the inserters. Yes, so we need gear wheels, iron plates, and electronic circuits. So let's deal with the last two first. Leave the circuits till last. So we're going to import gear wheels into here. So easy, I can either pipe them across or just pull stuff across. Yeah, let's leave these production lines separate, just to make my life easier later. We're going to want some iron into there, and we're going to again have this problem of this buffer because we're going to need to get iron plates into the top of this as well. So I could just pull that off on a separate thing, maybe? Yeah, I'm not so sure for now. Let me just reproduce the set of the way we have it, and then we can optimize later. That was a decent plan. So we want our splitter there. Get our belts running this way. There's no way to get into there from this direction either. I was just wondering whether we could do that, but that's fine. Actually, for this, I'm going to want to make sure this is set to iron gears, which is again fine. Do I have the space here to do this? Yeah, I should do. Okay, so we're again going to need to do something like this. Once that has power, that's going to start dumping things onto the floor. Let's just put a box there. Yeah, so we're going to need to put power across, and then that will get the iron plates into there. On this one, we're going to need to... I really don't like that buffer box, but nothing I can do right now. Not on camera anyway. Let's make some more inserters, shall we? We're going to need them. They should take no time to produce in my inventory. Hopefully. Give me some inserters, guys. There we go. Right, so that will produce iron gears, and they will both go into here. So we're going to need to produce something this way, and that is going to need to be the circuit. So I'm going to need... Is the circuit, say, a 3-year recipe? Where are we? It's 2, so we can get away with the normal ones. So I'm going to need circuits into there. And the circuits recipe is going to need iron plate and copper cable. Iron plate. Okay, so fine. We're going to need copper cable, which is manufactured, so we're going to need another one anyway. And let's set you to... Where's the copper cable gone? Can I make copper cable in here? Where's the copper cable? Have I lost it? I'll come back to that in a second then. Let's just do the circuits. And copper cable is going to come from here this way. So I'm going to need another tap, it looks like. You can see I'm going to have to move my ore lines coming in, but that's okay. That's okay. We can sort that one out. Let's build these out a little bit more. And again, another tap from this. I'm going to need copper down here, so I could make a mixed line or 2 singles. I'm probably going to go for keeping it simple, which means not mixing things. I've mixed them before. In this case, I don't know whether I would need to, so that's fine. I can just use long handle inserters. And that is a solution, actually, of how I can get copper, get iron in here. Oh, my iron pickaxes died. That's why it was so slow. Where's my... Oh, there. Let's make a couple just to make sure. Oh, that's where the copper cable is. It's all the way down there. I wonder if I can find it. Copper cable. Yes. So we just need them to supply copper as well. I'm not going to be able to do a full belt up there, but that's should be fine. Let's just grab some of these. And make sure our initial line here is something we can take a tap off. So we're going to need another splitter. A couple of those and some underground belts. We're probably going to want the Let's make it about... what's the splitter? There we go. Maybe if we make it there, then we can take a belt running this way. And we're going to need underground from here to here. Whoops. Here to here. Then from here to here. And then we should have our belts. Copper. Okay, so we've got copper and iron. And we can get, that means we can get the, what was I saying? We can get the iron for this from here. And happy days, I think. Let's give it a try. So we're going to need for the electronic circuits, iron plate and copper cable. So iron plate can come from here. Copper cable is going to come up from here, which is going to need long-handed inserters, which I have. That's fine. Is that everything? If so, we can just hook up power and see if it works. We want power there, there, there. I can't really put the power in the middle like the other setups, just because we've got these inserters going backwards and forwards. So we are definitely making inserters. We just need an output for them, and that should be us done for red and green science, which is pretty good progress. Be able to do that in one episode is sort of nice. There we go. Now, one quick thing I haven't mentioned yet, but something I should mention, is these fast inserters. I haven't really balanced this for speed yet. It is possible that some of these inserters are going to need to be replaced with fast versions to keep up. You'll see these are pulling in inserters. It depends whether, if I create a new research and now we want something that uses green, let's see, do I get any benefit? That's a really fast belt, engine units, steel furnace. I definitely want that. I want the medium electric pulse, so we're going to definitely grab that. And let's see whether it's able to keep up. That's something I'm going to do between the episodes, and I will rebalance this depending whether these can keep up. If they can't, we can always add more inserters, or try and speed up these machines. Not really too much of an issue. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much done for this episode. We've automated red and green science. The other belt here is for blue and purple science, which we're not going to do yet. So as long as I've left room for this to be supplied this way, along this line, then everything will work with labs when we actually need them. You should see these labs. You see the bottom ones now have green packs in them. We can just see whether that is enough supply to actually keep them up. So that's all looking good so far. And the research is moving, which is good. So hopefully you've liked that episode. If not, let me know why. But otherwise, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on Twitter, feel free @Greatest, or sign up, subscribe via YouTube's usual method. And yeah, we'll see you next episode. I think next episode, not sure what I'm going to do yet. Probably more research. And then I'm definitely going to upgrade my armor and probably my weapons. And then we might... It's about this time of the actual game where you usually get visits from our little friends. Ours are quite far out, so that's about to hit that alien base there. So we should probably go and have a look and see if we can build some turrets or something up there. And yeah, have our first encounter. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.